My name is Stacy, and I have Cauda Equina syndrome. I want to tell you how God, my husband, my daughters, and YouTube, helped save my life. I know it sounds so cliche, but it's so true. In 2009, I was diagnosed with a herniated disc from working out with my husband and his spouse, my co-workers actually. I was doing some squats and I felt a pop in my back and it hurt immensely. This was in September, and I continued to work. I ended up doing cardio and stopped doing weights because it hurt so bad. It got to the point to where I started limping and getting these painful shooting pains down my leg. I went and saw a orthopedic and they told me it was muscle, so I started seeing physical therapy. That made it worse. So they stopped the physical therapy and they started giving me injections, steroid injections. It didn't help. In December 2009, I was walking on my patio and I slipped and fell on some ice. At that point in time, on a scale of 1 to 10, I was probably a 20 every day. I have a high pain tolerance, so I continued to work. I was exhausted when I got home, and I would immediately take a hot bath and ice my back and go to bed because I couldn't do much else. When I slipped on the ice, I noticed my pain went from a 20 to 0. And at first I was like, oh, thank God, I'm not hurting anymore. And then the healthcare knowledge of me kicked in and I realized that can't be good. I made an appointment the next day and saw my orthopedic, and my husband was with me. I explained to him that I started that morning going to the bathroom every 15 minutes, just peeing like every 15 minutes as if I had like a urinary tract infection or I didn't know what was going on. He then said he couldn't help me anymore and he had to refer me to a neurologist. I said, okay, I'll make an appointment. And he was like, no, you got to do it now. I went to go see the neurologist and he explained to me I had Cauda Equina syndrome. I didn't know what it was. I thought, okay, it's a syndrome. How do you get rid of it? And he was like, yeah, we have to have emergency surgery tomorrow. And I was like, oh, my husband's going to graduate next week from college. I would really not want to do the surgery then because I don't want to miss his graduation. He explained to me if I didn't do it by the end of the week, everything I had would be permanent. The next day I woke up and I could no longer go to the bathroom. I was no longer urinating. I had to go, my surgery pre-op, I went to my pre-op and my surgery was at 2 because I was no longer urinating on my own. They upped my surgery to 9:30. Had my surgery. I expected myself to go back to normal and the syndrome be gone. Nope, that wasn't the case. I lost complete feeling from pelvis down after surgery. I felt nothing. I didn't even have to press the button after surgery. I had had a discectomy of L5 to S1. I learned that I had lost control of my bowel and bladder. I had to learn to cath because it would not come out any other way. If you know the bladder holds 500 milliliters of fluid. We'll call it fluid. Every time they cath me, because they'd taken me off of the catheter from the surgery, and I couldn't feel when I was full. And then all of a sudden I would get this tremendous shaking pain and it just hurt really, really bad. And then they would cath me and I'd have 600 milliliters of fluid in my bladder. which means the rugae was stretching all the way to the point where it was about to bust. So then they had to teach me how to self-calf because they were waiting for me to go to the bathroom, and I was never going to the bathroom. So I had to stay in the hospital, I think, a total of 3 to 4 days because they realized I was not going to calf. I'm not going to urinate on my own. So I had to be taught how to calf. My mom came down after surgery to help out. My husband's family helped out a lot as well. Because, you know, I wasn't 100%. On my husband's graduation, we went to his mother's house to celebrate his graduation. Now at that point in time, I realized that I had no feeling from the pelvis down. No feeling. And we were just laughing and joking, and all of a sudden I smelled something, and it smelled it. Ross said it smelled like a baby had did its business in the diaper. And I was like, what the hell? What is that? And I was like, there's no babies here. And, you know, I just went to the bathroom and realized yeah, I had no control of my bowel. And when they told me I would have no control of my bowel, I wasn't prepared. I didn't think that would happen. So at the age of 33, not only could I not urinate, I had to calf, but that I had to wear Depends. I'm too young to go through that. Like, this can't be my life. So I had hope. I had hope I would get it back. I would hope I would get it back. You know, I had faith. They kept on telling me it's going to come back. It's going to come back. So I'm like, okay, 3 months, it's going to come back. It hadn't come back yet. 4 or 5 months, Stacey, you're going to get your feeling back. It's going to come back. Nothing. And then I want to say about the 6th month, I would get a lot of urinary tract infections, and that's the only time I felt like I had to go to the bathroom, because I had a urinary tract infection, and I always felt like I had to pee. I always felt like I had to pee, and then when I would calf, there was nothing in my bladder. So I was like, okay, it's just crazy. And so I went to my doctor, and I was like, yeah, I think I got another urinary tract infection, and the results came back, and it wasn't a urinary tract infection. Now, this seems weird that I was happy about that, but that meant I got my feeling back to the urge to go to the bathroom. That means I knew when my bladder was full. So I was like, okay, there's a victory. No matter how small or large it is. So even though I got that victory, I couldn't get any more. So I kind of secluded myself. I would work. I would come home, and I wanted so bad to relax and have fun with my husband and my girls, but my life sucked. I couldn't go do fun things because it seemed every time I went out, every time I felt like, okay, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try to be normal, look normal, act normal, smile, and then I would have an incident, a number 2 incident is what we'll call it. And then I'm like, what the? For 2 years, I was really depressed. I just stayed hidden. I didn't do things. And anytime I did, something would happen, which would, you know, once I finally got out my shell, then something would happen, and it pulled me right back down. I told my husband it was okay if he left. I told him I would let him leave because, mind you, pelvis down, no feeling. So imagine what a wife and husband does. I couldn't feel, so I couldn't even do my duties. Let alone I couldn't be a mother. I couldn't be a wife. And I told I wouldn't be mad if he left. He could leave. I wouldn't ask him to stay with me and deal with that. And I wouldn't have been mad. I really wouldn't have. Because I know it was, this is something we're supposed to do when we get older. And we both in the rest home chilling. Not now. But he did. And my girls were right there. And they said, "Oh, I don't mind doing it, Mama. I'll do it." So I just, I felt worthless. Like I wasn't worth anything. I couldn't do anything. And I needed a distraction. So I started thinking about going natural. I had always wanted to go natural, and I started getting sew-ins. I think I had done a sew-in for like maybe 6 months, and I realized I hadn't had a relaxer. And I was like, dude, I want to go natural, And Craig didn't want me to, so I just continued to do the sew-ins. And then I was like, I talked to Craig and I was like, babe, I have no control of my life. Everything I want to do, I can't do. I can no longer ride a bike because my muscles in the back of my leg don't work. My ankle buckles and my knees buckle. They don't work. I walk like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I was like, the only thing I have control of is my hair. And you can't even give me that. And he was like, okay, babe, if you want to go natural, go natural. So I transitioned for 9 months, and on Mother's Day 2010, I cut my hair. I transitioned and shot my hair. At that point in time, I was still depressed. But the girls, we had found YouTube and we were watching YouTube videos because I chopped my hair first, and then the girls said, well, they'll transition and join with me. So we started looking on YouTube videos for like, natural hair, how do you take care of it, all of that. And that ended up being our thing. Like, they would come in the back room because I'd be in the back. I'd be in my room when I wasn't feeling good, coming home from work or whatnot. And then they'd come like, Mom, look, I saw this YouTube video. And then we'd watch the YouTube videos together. Styles and stuff like that. And then Jasmine and Rihanna had decided that, we had made the Kimmy May leave-in. And we all liked it. And they were like, Mom, you should do a video about it. And I was like, no. They said, well, you see all these people doing, reviews about how they liked it. You could do that. And I was like, no, I couldn't do that. And it was like, I dare you. Well, I am, bar none, I take a dare quickly. So I did it. And it was cool. It was nice. It was neat. I thought it was cool. Used my iPad. And then the girls said, whenever, it was a couple weeks later or whatnot, they was like, dude, you should let us wax your eyebrows. Because I bought this eyebrow wax stuff to wax my eyebrows. So I was like, what? They was like, yeah, we can record it. Do a YouTube video on it. I was like, all right. And that's where that video is that explains why I let my children wax my eyebrow. And all of a sudden we were making black castor oil to help Jasmine's hair grow when she chopped her hair off. And they kept giving me videos to do. And I realized later on that they did that because they were helping me get out my depression. It's two beautiful little girls. I think this is all I can share today. There's more to the story, but right now I can't. This is all my heart can give, because I'm not sharing this for your pity. I'm not. I'm sharing this because it's 2014. December of 2014, I will have CES 5 years. And I have like 80% of my left side back. I only have 40% of my right. But I can walk. I can work full time. I smile a lot more than I cry. And I still have pain. I still have complications, but God's got me. I have a husband that proved loved me unconditionally, and 2 beautiful daughters that loved me and helped me. I have family and friends who love me. With that, I'm okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm blessed. And you don't even know that you all were part of this healing. You watch my videos. You support and love me, and I thank you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So now you know some of my story and how I became Mamadaye. It's because my children dared me to do a YouTube video. So thank you.